Should I designate the well as a water source? I don't know if I need to, but I guess it probably makes sense to do it. Oh, it was actually set to 0. Maybe once the well is built, it'll consider itself to have a valid spot. We'll see what happens. And yes, we could indeed do 1 level access to multiple grave levels. Yeah, that I was wondering about that. One of the things I checked is my current grave levels, if it was possible to do, and I couldn't. But this new one we're doing, we could dig multiple stairs. I might reserve a few of these levels for grave expansion afterwards. We need this stuff to rot faster, or we need to start dumping a lot of stuff into magma. What's funny, our grazers don't even need anything to graze on. There's nothing for them to munch on over here, but as long as they're assigned to a pasture on the surface, they're happy and not starving, which seems a little weird to me, but sure. All right, let's take a look at our military. See which squads lost anyone. Right over there. Filter, filter, filter. Shem, who hasn't been named yet. Our auto name from subs, I think, runs once a month. Herbal King, the Gelder. Ooh, you don't have a leader. Okay. We make a dump chute. That's true. Into magma. Hey, Herbal King. Congratulations, you're one of our military commanders. Is that what I just said? Or did I just add you to the military? I don't know, one or the other. You can die bravely. Befitting a dwarf. Okay, the well is there. So out of curiosity again, can I set this as a water source? No, counts as 0 for this. But dwarves will use the well. It's operational, so presume it's working. So if we do have some people in the hospital, they should get some water from this. And just use it. We've been rotting corpses, so we're gonna get miasma, unhappy thoughts. This is open, which is fine. There's still a beast hanging out over here. One we could kill if we could reach it. Feel like it's time to send out some more raids on the world here. Well, okay, let's give our dwarves a chance to update their equipment just in case something is off. Noble's okay. Ooh. Are we not making your figurines in time, Mr. the Mayor? You're getting awfully cranky about that. I have it scheduled to make a bone figurine once a month. And we do have craft dwarf workshops. Not the one on the surface, but we have yeah, craft dwarf workshop, bone figurines, there you go. Here, I'm gonna make them high priority. Is it possible that there's no one that does this work? Well, I mean, unless we assign someone to bone carving, it is set as a generic task, so someone should be doing it. There you go. Packer Fan is making a bone figurine right now. Okay, good. Remember when Fort has astoundingly happy dwarves? Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, there's definitely a downslide. And the violence is a big part of it. Afraid, reliving trauma. Disgusted retching on miasma, that's not helping. Okay. I'm gonna make a ginormous refuse stockpile here so we can do a little bit of cleanup. Still have to figure out a better thing overall, but let's get this garbage out of here. And a corpse stockpile over here. And you know what? Temporarily, I'm going to get all my military to go off duty for a little bit. Help out. I mean, there's probably lots of hauling. There's probably hauling from the trade depot still due. But yeah, that's a lot of miasma. If we can get that cleaned up, that would be a really good thing. Oh, we got Forbidden Corpse here too. We can unforbid all. But I don't know if it was the corpse that was forbidden or just something in that tile. Right, there's a dead goblin. I think a bunch of things got out of the cages. Yes, the refuse can be thrown into lava. The problem is we still have to, like, bring it all the way down to lava, or we need to dig a chute, which has some interesting issues. But we could consider maybe we can dig on the edge here. Might be possible. We pump some magma up. But it still has to be hauled, like, whether it gets hauled into an overflow. Normally we don't run into a problem where our base is way too full of stuff. But yeah, it's not even, I don't think it's the refuse per se, it's the corpses. I guess over here what I can do is I can add corpses. Corpses and refuse. And yeah, we'll allow everything, even stuff we may not want to get rid of ultimately. And same thing here, we'll allow all the refuse as well. Just to get the heck out of the base. So one thing we can do to get ready. Is this aligned? Anything in my actual base here? Sort of, kind of, maybe. So what I can do is I can remove, say, this construction here. And then we can put a little dumping spot, which would be dumping things into lava. And I think right now with, like, Clothier, the auto Clothier mod, or the Tailor mod, or the script rather from the F-Hack that I'm running, I think one of those, when they get rid of their old clothes, I think it does get it marked for dumping, so we could at least start getting rid of that. All right, let's do it. Garbage dump right here. Boom. What they'll do is they'll stand in one of those tiles and dump it into the magma. So if something is marked for dumping, they'll do that. Now, that's not refuse, right? You can... For that, what we do is we put a refuse stockpile down there, and then from time to time we'd mark it for dumping, or you do something with like a mining cart or something like that. Or what we do is we just tag a bunch of this stuff as being dumped. But they would have to bring it all the way from the surface down below to get rid of it. And that's what I'm saying. It's like... feels bad, man. But some things are being dumped. I think it's mostly a bunch of this clothes. There you go. They're throwing a bunch of clothes out. Which is good for removing some of the lag. Theoretically, they're just dragging a bunch of very worn clothing. Dumping item. Which one of these is being held? How do we know what you're actually holding on to? Not one of those. To remember to reactivate our squad at some point so training can start up again. But for now, I think I'm happy to have them help us catch up on some of these outstanding jobs. How's the auto butcher going? Oh, we're completely caught up. Excellent. Yeah, we no longer have giant swarms of beak dogs, excess number of turkeys, anything like that. 21st of Timber was known as the Great Rubbish Day. Yep, some late fall cleaning is what's going on. See, a bunch of clothes got dumped here. I don't know why. This is not worn out clothes, and it wasn't dumped. It was just dropped in this tile for some reason. For no good reason. I don't know why this is here. It's not worn out. It's not tagged to be dumped. Like, some dwarf was standing in this tile and decided to just take off all their clothes. Maybe switch clothes around and dump it. I guess. It's completely unworn. So in theory, at some point, someone's going to go and pick this up and bring it to a clothing stockpile. There's more of it. I mean, I don't see how this is related to soldier stuff. I mean, we did just recently change people's... Maybe some of the soldiers, okay, went like, oh, I'm going to go and be a civilian now. Took off their armor. And then went down there and then decided to start training on their own, so they wanted to re-equip their armor. It's not a stockpile. Just over here. You made the stockpile before you made it refuse or dumping only? I mean, this is a dumping zone. And I don't have anything set to, like, for auto dumping over here, although we could. Now, at this point, it's, clothing is finished goods, right? Auto saving. So we have a finished goods stockpile over here. We can see a lot of clothing in it. There's some empty tiles in it. We clearly need our bins as well, but yeah, we don't allow goblets in here, but otherwise. So we definitely have more room for clothing to be done. So at some point, the clothing that's on the ground over there should get brought up to this stockpile. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not a big deal. Yeah, that tile is part of the dumping area, but it has nothing to do with that. Random thief, but again, they got caught, so it doesn't matter. They're standing on the tile. You can see it dump just for a split second over here. But yeah, people must be changing. I wonder, with the military uniforms, did I not set them to wear it all the time? I don't remember. Is that an option? There used to be an option to always wear their stuff even when off duty, right? But I don't see that here. Yeah, it must be related to the military swapping stuff. The Dwarf Therapist is completely useless now. No, it's still great. It's not as needed, because we do have work details over here. Admittedly, Dwarf Therapist might be a little better still, but this is good enough. Right, this mode. And it means I don't have to, like, capture 2 different windows and things like that. So for my recording purposes, it's quite handy. And if ever I wanted to get to the point of not assigning people here, I could always use DF-Hack's auto labor. Although auto labor... There's masterwork clothes being trashed. But if it's worn out, shouldn't it not count as being masterwork? I don't know. I mean, it's still masterwork. I'm hoping it doesn't lead to a bad mood. Although moods are getting worse, so I'm not sure now all of a sudden. Dwarf Therapist. Well, if you're worried about Dwarf Therapist getting broken in every update, DF-Hack actually has a very useful tool for exporting memory layouts for Dwarf Therapist for you. So even if Dwarf Therapist hasn't been officially updated with the new memory layout, you can just generate your own very quickly. Is there a good guide for Dwarf Fortress? I don't know, I make a bunch of Let's Plays. I really wish we could make our people not be so unhappy for a bit. At least the garbage has been dealt with. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell my squads to start training in. And yeah, some of them definitely, like, remove their armor. So yeah, it's gotta be related to the military. They just finished the dumping job, and then they, like, took off their clothes so they could go and put their armor back on. No, again, so Jarlaris says, any rule set for what they should be dumping there? Maybe that's what's broken. This stuff, if it was being dumped, it would be tagged differently. So let's say we didn't have this. I'll show you a dumping example, right? Let's say I get rid of this dumping stockpile. Because with dump, you don't actually set any rules. So we'll move the dumping stockpile over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to designate something to be dumped. Say this diorite right over here. Okay, so it's going to be dumped. So at some point, someone's going to come around. There it is. Bring that diorite and drop it in the garbage dump. And we're going to be able to tell that this is something that has been dumped because of a very specific thing. See how it's forbidden? With a little lock here? When objects get dumped, they get flagged as forbidden. So the fact that this clothing here is none of this clothing is marked as forbidden means this clothing was not dropped here as a dump. This clothing was just dropped there because someone just took their clothes off and left it there. And the other thing we can do, well, it doesn't matter because they'll still, actually, they'll just stand adjacent. What I could do is I could remove this. Can I do a dump on this tile itself? No, it's about the adjacent tile. Hang on. Cancel this. The other thing is the dumping stockpile I can say put right there. What they'll do is they'll stand there, but they'll notice it's next to an edge and they'll drop it off. But yeah, this clothing here was not dumped. It was just someone removed. And people are going to keep coming up with little things. And I'm going to probably start to ignore people because it's getting repetitive. It's getting repetitive. And again, Mr. Kelsler, has any reason the F. Hack Taylor thing would make them drop perfectly clothes? No, it shouldn't. I'm 100% sure that was related to the military people deciding to swap their uniforms. And again, I feel like classically you were able to tell people to wear their uniforms even when they're off duty, and I think that's one of the options we don't have now. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the old military screen had that. Because ideally, we'd probably want that. I mean, admittedly, dwarves in heavy armor move slower, so you might not want them to have in their armor otherwise, but yeah. Man, yes, so many unhappy people. And I do find it a little difficult to navigate the thoughts thing to like get a proper idea about what the big problems are. But yeah, a lot of people reliving trauma is really, I think, the big problem. Oh, cranky about clothes, received a big injury. Yeah, so people are pretty upset about, you know, all the battling and people getting hurt. I think that's the prime reason we've got so many people disappointed. I think it's on the monthly schedule thing. Here. Then trauma dwarf to another fortress. We have done that before. You can also put all the cranky dwarves in one militia, and then send them away that way. Oh, wait a minute. Is Fisham not here? Someone who took over a site, even though I didn't send the defensive dwarves. That way they don't have a picture here. Oh no, you're there. I don't know why you don't have a picture in the list sometimes. I don't know what that means. It could just be a quirk. Those dwarves do like their icons do like toggle if they're sharing a space with someone else, so maybe it's just a side effect of that. Another Forgotten Beast. This one has fire. Okay, that's pretty bad. Again, the worst thing is going to be is webs. Fire's pretty bad. Oh, they keep spawning over here on Beast Island. Yeah, okay. So the fire one is the one who survived, although it is injured. Oh no, the other one's still alive. They're still fighting. They're in the water fighting. I say Forgotten Beasts, the ones that breathe fire are immune to fire themselves, but I wonder if the Forgotten Beasts in general are immune to fire. Godzilla versus Gamora, yeah. We're getting a bunch of those. Where's Mothra? Alright, I want to go and raid a site again. Do we want to do a big YOLO attack on the big fortress? What could possibly go on? I suppose before we do that, let's go and burn down some of these smaller sites, which they keep taking from the humans. Here, we're going to do an open pillage with 4 of our squads. Time to build a Forgotten Beast crossbow platform where you can shoot them with impunity. Yeah, no, Forgotten Beasts can always swim as far as I know. And a bunch of them that were stuck on the island even had, like, wings. I don't know if this one does. This one doesn't have wings. But some of the others did. Yeah, look at all these injuries. And so they could have flown over when they wanted, but... I guess if they didn't see an immediate path, they weren't, like, bothered with moving. Trotter the Metalsmith is possessed. We're gonna get another artifact. These cages are not being picked up. Oh, it's because our animal stockpile is completely full. I think we need to expand our attic. Or something. Okay, for now. Animal stockpile. for empty cages, just this. And I guess I can give you the auto trading thing too for selling of animals, but I just need these cages here to be picked up because what I want to do is dismantle these cage traps in case they were actually stopping the caravan from coming in. You're right. The library doesn't have any chests. Thank you for that. Okay, claim the Magma Forge. Yeah, I forgot we needed some storage in there. Thank you. Someone should go and grab these cages soon. Please. These gizzard stones. I wonder why they're not being hauled. Quartzite gizzard stone. Hold on. Are these like... Do these count as gems somehow? Is that what the bone gem job is? I mean, maybe we should just queue up a large bone gem job. Make 10 of those. Maybe I've always tossed them. It's interesting because they're not being brought over to the refuse stockpile. There's a huge one over here. And this is boxed in, so this should be counting as indoors. I don't know if there's a way to check the tag on a tile in the Steam version. Classically, you use what? Is it like T mode or whatever to like inspect? I don't know if T would be the right one. But you could see what tags a tile would have. And you'd see, you know, indoors lit or something like that. Alright, Magma Forge. This one here, claimed by Trotter. I was gonna say, you're using coins. No, we've produced some coins. And we just, I guess, haven't moved them to the storage right now. There you go. Cage traps being delivered. Good. Web poison, deadly blood, fire forgotten beasts every 2 minutes isn't stopping sword murder. The game's going to have to try living statues or clowns. I remember one game I had a Colossus made out of steel, and I could not kill it. It was brutal. Yeah, refuse is still being brought out. Okay, cranky dwarves went down a little bit. Okay. Although, I'm betting some of them are in the military, and that's why. They're not in the fortress right now. We're trying to burn down a site. A little goblin site with, I think, 40 citizens. We should be able to do that one. Still collecting resources, huh? I mean, the magma forges are deep down, so it kind of makes sense that it's taking a long time to bring all the ingredients there. But I want to keep double checking, because if our dwarf gets stuck in there because they don't have everything they need, then we'll have to address that. But we should have something of everything. So I don't think we're going to run into a problem where a dwarf has a strange mood and we can't satisfy it. Hopefully. Gizzard stones are treated as cut stone gems, and you could put them on mugs. Wow. Big dogs probably let you have a lot of them. Wow. Really? They count as cut gems? Oh, I guess so. Sphalerite. Yeah. You're right. They have the name. Wait, no. This is the material. So, do beak dogs eat rocks? Or do they just do the thing where they swallow some rocks and use it to grind their stomach? Some birds do that, right? Am I missing? No, something definitely does that. They swallow some rocks and it helps grind their food up. Cows, buffalo, parrots do that with clay. They're literally called gizzard stones. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's, I mean, right there on the label. Another forgotten beast. Poisonous gas. Oh, we have a ghost. It's Navia. Did we never recover your corpse, or did something happen to your corpse? Okay, first things first. Engrave. Oh, is it Snee? There it is. And then we'll have to go and place you somewhere. Deal with that in a second. Okay, we're gonna have to fight you. Aditha Fish Nightmare. But a bunch of my squads are gone. And I never did build this up, which is a problem. So we can't close off this cavern lair. Even if we did, we'd have to construct a wall there as well, otherwise things would be able to get in. I mean, we have our defenders. Oh, I can remove this mission. I don't think they've quite reached the site yet. So they're going to be returning home. Okay. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You're on the move. You're probably... Yeah, you're coming to the fortress. Okay, I know not all of you are here yet, but... Go. Alright. Stop tracking you. Okay, we killed it. That was much less bad than I was afraid of. Who killed you? Yellow Dog. That was much less bad than I was afraid of. Troops haven't returned yet, but that's okay. We'll let them finish the return and send them out again. Do dwarves that die outside the map need engraved plaques? I don't think so, but I don't actually know. I think what I'll do is this room here. This is the room for engraving to lost dwarves. Cage trap in the caverns. That's interesting. It can't catch. They can't catch forgotten beasts. Well, we could cave trap for something else in the caverns. Okay, now I think with the slab, I think I can set. I thought there was a way I could do it for just engraved slabs. Oh, there, engraved only. Perfect. So, if I do this, what's going to happen is we can prime a bunch of jobs to put slabs down here. But nothing will get installed until one of them is engraved, at which point it'll automatically be delivered over here. I think is swell. Let's smooth this whole floor out. And some doors leading into this. Man, these refuse piles. I think we're caught up. The garbage out here is not going to get picked up by design. Yeah, still butchering and slaughtering. Hopefully we're still okay on fuel. Interesting to me. Okay, these trees have never been cut down, and I'm not sure why. I have a wood... don't have a woodcutter now. We did. But maybe they got drafted in the military or something else. Melissa Riddle, let's do this. Hopefully you come cut down these trees. Because I'm thinking we might need to go and get more of a charcoal industry. Oh, there you go. Trotter has created a sterling silver low boot. Just the one? So, Olu Moshur Ethramgomath. Dispersed circled the ripe legend. Is a you always want your boots to be ripe. 7,900 dwarf bucks, sterling silver low boot, all crop to worship is the highest quality, encrusted with emerald cut rose quartzes, decorated with beak dog bone, and sheep wool, and encircled with bands of beak dog bone. Object menaces with spikes of sterling silver, goblin cap, and mudstone. On the item is an image of Thram Lyrical Rages, the Jabberer in Oak. Thram Lyrical Rages is laboring. The artwork relates to the settling of the Jabberer Thram Lyrical Rages in the Spine of Grinding in 41. All right. Magma smeltering. Okay, good. Trees are blinking. So chopping is happening now. Yeah, we might need some extra wood just to power a charcoal thing if we're having a hard time keeping up with the coke and lignite. Or the coal and lignite, I should say. Spike boot, perfect for kicking people in the shin. Exactly. Kicking is a skill that our dwarves can learn. Making some ash. Probably for the soap industry. I don't remember if we're set up for like pearl ash and clear glass and things like that. If we weren't directly under the surface, we could dig out like 3 Z levels here. And have more trees grow. Oh, Lycer is haunting the fortress. Can I engrave from here? No, I don't think so. I should really have an alert for when ghosts pop up. That actually would be great. I don't want to mess with the settings thing just in case it overrides my announcement file. Because clearly I still want the announcement file for now. Bunch of soap over here. Are people bringing soap over to wash themselves at the well and then just leaving the soap behind? There's tons of it. Is that what's happening? Am I lacking like a bars block storage that allows for soap? That's possible. There you go, soap bars. Thank you for stealing my input there. Soap stockpile. Okay, I want to send the squad out again. Let's try this one more time. All of you, raise. What would be your dwarven soap name? Like, do people name soap? I mean, I guess there's brand names. Your Ivory, your Zest, your whatever. Like, you like bubbles in your beer, so have this bubbly brand soap. Nah, I don't know. What would you think would be a good pick? What the hell does that sound? Huh. I don't think I've ever seen this. The General Dishmob and the Diplomat Zom have married. Congratulations. I mean, presumably these are not people in our fortress? Because it doesn't have a dwarf name unless they haven't been renamed for something? Must be a visitor. That's weird. Very cool. But unexpected. Dwarf musk scented soap. Sounds lovely. Like beard stank soap. Has the fort become a wedding destination? Mountain grit for getting the most stubborn beast guts. I like mountain grit. Gives you the idea of like It's like soap that's so coarse it's like sandpaper. Hey, a couple of ghosts have been set to rest. Good, good, good. Okay. No more ghosts, please. Oh, some coal over there. The protagonist from Call of Duty 4 was nicknamed Soap? Really? I've only dabbled with the Call of Duty series a little bit. There is a southern U.S. dish called grits, yeah. Grits is basically polenta. It's the same thing, it's cornmeal. The Forgotten Beast! Ayanu has come, a towering one-eyed toad. It has a broad shell, and it has bloated body. Its aquamarine skin is very waxy. Beware its deadly blood. And deadly blood can be bad, but if it's not webs, I'm not gonna freak out. And it's not fire either, which is an extra bonus. Are you? I don't think he's moving. Game's not paused. Oh, there he is. I think he's just sitting on top of this mushroom and chilling. All right. How come I can't use my F keys to move around? Oh, is it because I'm still in follow mode? Still in follow mode. I feel like grits is more goopy than polenta. Well, it depends on how much you cook it, and also the grind level matters, like the coarseness of the cornmeal. But like I was saying, it's effectively it's very similar. I wonder if I should just go and kill off these elk birds manually. We might not have a hunter anymore. Our hunter might have died. Yeah. Legacy here is a ranger novice ambusher. Congratulations, you're being assigned to hunting duty. Mostly take care of these elk birds that have gotten inside of our base. Many varieties of grits, yeah. There's many varieties of polenta too, right? Because sometimes you serve polenta like you know, like loose, saucy. I don't know the right word to call it, you know. And sometimes you like bake them kind of into cakes, and then all of a sudden it's like, are we getting to cornbread territory? Like, what's going on here? I don't know why these camel cages haven't been brought in yet. We have tons of stockpile here. I mean, maybe people are just busy. I mean, our fort's gone nuts. It's not surrounded in moat of melted butter, it ain't grits. Now that sounds properly southern. Butter does make everything better. All right, that's done. So what I'm going to do is dig X ladder. Boom. And just to be clear, although there's a new demand. Wait, that's not a mandate. That's a demand. Oh, this is new. So the king wants a black bronze table in their throne room / office. And yes, you're right. We can tell our raids not to bring back animals and such. I hope that the king is set up in such a way that it won't demand anything we don't have, but... Oh, I guess I can search here. Okay, we do have black bronze bars. So we need to put in an order for a black bronze table. Make one, please. Oh, we got an ad break coming up in a sec. Yeah, I don't think I need to get up or anything like that. So I'll keep playing again. If there's anything crazy exciting that happens, we'll put in a cut. Or we'll put in a pause and wait for the ad break to finish, but otherwise we're just gonna keep on keeping on. So what we can do right now is we can go down to the throne room. I guess I'll wait for it to be constructed. Then replace the table, because temporarily it's gonna break the throne room. I mean, I could just stick it somewhere in the corner, but I think I would like to have it be properly set where it should be, you know? Mm-hmm. Cheese grits with shrimp and andouille. There's a bunch of recipes I'm learning here. A vile force of darkness has arrived. Do they know that I've sent my squad out? Oh, wait, they're back. Did you burn down that site? Yeah, you destroyed singe goats. Oh, great stuff. Good job, everyone. Good job. So the investigators are massing over here again. All right. Squads, should just assemble in here. It's going to be fine. They'll walk in, and then we'll just fight in this doorway over here. Charge! All the goblins are already running away in a panic. And the siege is broken. Goblins. They just don't make them like they used to, you know? I guess we'll run an unforbid all again. So our citizens can go and collect all the drop bits from the battle. Boy, we need like 100 more dwarves just to act as permanent haulers. This is crazy. If it ain't 90 more beak dogs, ain't gonna scratch you. I mean, they'd have to bring a bunch of war trolls with them. And even then, we're in pretty good shape. Okay, so now that we've got this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the floor where all our... yeah, I'm going to do this. Then we're going to do... is the blueprint command? Yeah, it's just the build or place here. Okay. So now, I do quick fork, which I think is Control-Shift-Q, but I'm a little bit worried. Control-Shift-Q. I'm like, what if that's a quit? Coffins, build. Top left one. Oh, that's just the icon they use. There you go. So now we'll ask for a bunch of coffins to be delivered. Then I'm going to go in zone mode, tomb, make sure I'm in multi-mode. And there we go. 72 new tombs ready to go. All right. Good news, everyone. You're allowed to die again. Black bronze table. Hopefully will be made soon. So I could have manually queued it up at one of the metalsmith shops, actually, just to make sure it got priority. Might still be worth doing. I don't also know if it was going away right away because of a problem. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to cancel you. I will explicitly ask right over here. Furniture made out of black bronze and a tabla. Hasn't immediately disappeared, so that's a good sign. All right. No big deal. Just another horrifying forgotten beast. Someone go kill that, please. Who decided to host Forgotten Beast convention here? Yeah, right? One of the things is, so we only generated this world with 50 years of history, and Ushkin died. Oh, probably caught up by the beast, yeah. Shorter history worlds have more Forgotten Beasts because they haven't been killed off. But they do have fewer were creatures and vampires because there haven't been as many made there. Okay, well, the task isn't going away, so presumably, you know, it can be made. Gouger's been found dead. We did kill it, right? We have Anyu, who's just sitting on top of a mushroom. That's not the new one, is it? Oh, hang on.